Goku and the priest were locked in a decisive battle, light and darkness colliding, intertwining, as if fighting over the soul of existence itself. Every blow, every attack was not merely physical power, but a lesson in will, a lesson in patience, control, endurance, and understanding the value of every energy in the universe.
At the same time, far from the roar of the battle, the Kaioshin moved in secrecy, taking advantage of the priest's negligence toward this world. One by one, they made their way toward the Super Dragon Balls. Whis was with them, carrying the key to everything, the word he would speak to awaken the dragon and fulfill the wish that could change the course of everything. On the opposite side, the Kaioshin of Universe 7 took Gohan and Zeno toward Goku and the priest, both charged with anxiety, yet their confidence in the success of the plan did not waver. Gohan feared for his father, but he trusted in his ability to reach him, while Zeno watched the necklace with tear-filled eyes, sensing that it had to reach Goku at the right moment, before it was too late. The battle between Goku and the priest was still raging, uninterrupted for long minutes, each testing the limits of the other. The blows intensified, energies collided. Many minutes passed, then suddenly the atmosphere calmed, a moment of reckoning, a moment where each side caught its breath. But something strange happened. Goku clutched his chest, an odd sensation flooding his body. The priest watched Goku closely and said, "Well then, Goku, do you understand now why we came to this dimension? Here, time is heavier. Every second increases my endurance, and every moment diminishes yours. Will you endure now, or will you collapse before the truth?" Goku did not reply, but thought to himself, "My body is collapsing from within. I haven't rested even for a moment since this journey began. This strike will be the last. Everything must end here." Then, energy began to gather around them, Goku summoning every ounce of his strength, while the priest responded with a surge of dense darkness boiling within his body, reflecting all the evils he carried. Both screamed at the same time, at the top of their lungs, a scream that shattered the silence. Then, the two colossal energies surged toward one another, light and radiance against darkness and corruption, an immense collision that shook every corner of the dimension. The pressure was overwhelming, lasting seconds, even minutes. Then came the greatest clash, a massive explosion that shook the dimensions. At the same time, the Kaioshin seized this moment and began preparing the Super Dragon Balls. Whis stepped forward, taking control of the situation, and said firmly, "But I have a condition. If you want the wish to be granted, this condition must be fulfilled. I will not speak without its guarantee." The Kaioshin froze for a moment, then Whis gestured to them. "I have trusted them from the beginning, and even now, Goku has never wanted to endanger any of them. Now, everything is exposed, and the priest has revealed his true nature. Corruption, betrayal, everything is clear." Everyone agreed to the condition. The dragon was summoned, looking at them with eyes glowing with authority, and the wish was granted. A wish no one had ever imagined, a reality formed before their eyes, one that would change the course of everything. After the great explosion and devastating storm, Goku lost his transformation, hurting yet resolute. On the other side, the priest also lost his powerful transformation, his eyes blazing with rage. Goku clenched his fists and said, "Damn it, my body has been drained too much. But Vegeta's sacrifice was not in vain. I will not retreat, no matter the cost." The priest, with a mocking smile despite his anger, replied, "Good, this time we'll fight without false transformations. See if you can endure without the transformations you've grown accustomed to." Goku smirked in return and said, "True power isn't in transformation, it's in will. And that's something you will never understand." Suddenly, the clash erupted. Punches rained between the two, every strike releasing waves of energy that shook the surrounding dimensions. With each punch Goku threw, he said wisely, "Light is not measured by strength alone, but by what it protects." The priest laughed and replied, "As for darkness, it knows no mercy, and it exploits every weakness." Goku counterattacked and said, "Even pain is a lesson in endurance. Every stronger blow makes me more prepared to end this." The priest seized the opening and said, "Your weakness here is my final opportunity. You will not leave this battle alive." Suddenly, the priest stabbed Goku in the stomach with a shining energy blade, drawing close with malice as he said, "Look at your body, at your heart. This is the price you pay for not possessing true power and for your blind faith in the light." Goku fell to the ground, writhing in agony, but he lifted his head with a defiant gaze. "Even if I fall, my will not die. I swear your end will be by my hands, no matter what happens."
The priest laughed mockingly, his eyes gleaming with darkness. "So, let us see this resolve. Will you endure what is about to come now?" The priest raised his hand, but suddenly, a devastating attack, a colossal wave of energy, crashed down on him like a mountain. The veil cleared, and Gohan finally appeared, brought by the Kaioshin, who had been hiding with Zeno beside him. Gohan shouted with determination, "Come on, Zeno, do what must be done. My father needs that necklace." Zeno rushed forward at full speed, tears on his face, heading toward Goku, his eyes filled with a mix of fear and hope. The priest saw the scene and smiled sarcastically. "I did not expect you to come this far, just to offer your deaths for free." Zeno reached Goku. Goku opened part of his eyes, writhing in pain, and said, "Please, stay away. I don't want any of you to die because of this temporary collapse of mine." Zeno stayed beside him and said in his childlike voice, "I'm here for you. I won't leave you alone." Suddenly, the necklace ignited in Zeno's hand and began to rise gradually, emitting gentle, pure rays of light that cleansed Goku. The priest, despite his smile, felt tension as he watched the scene. Gohan stood firmly, whispering to himself, "I must buy time for my father, even if it costs me my life." His heart was clenched with fear for his father, yet he raised his hand and launched a devastating attack toward the priest, causing a violent explosion. The outcome was expected. The priest was unaffected. He said mockingly, "Well, I understand your plan. Buying time for your father. Such a very small trick before me. Your entire existence before me is nothing but an open book, and I am the author." Gohan did not retreat. He chose to attack, striking the priest rapidly, but his assault felt like a gentle breeze passing by him. The priest smiled. "How foolish. You still do not realize how far above you I am."
In the blink of an eye, the priest placed his hand on Gohan's face, then unleashed a devastating energy strike that did not even exceed 1% of his power. Gohan's face was covered in blood, yet he did not surrender. He rose again and said, "I will not surrender, even if I know I will die easily." The priest said mockingly, "How pathetic. You still believe in yourselves, even though reality has judged you from the very beginning." Gohan replied in a weak yet steady voice, "Then let reality bear witness until my final breath." He extended his hands and released an energy attack, charging it with everything he had left. To the priest, the energy was like the wind. He walked through it effortlessly. Gohan did not stop. He continued for seconds, then for a full minute, until he collapsed on his own, having exhausted everything he had. He fell and was no longer able to stand. At that moment, the priest advanced with cold steps toward Goku, but a small body suddenly stood in front of him. Zeno. He raised his trembling hand, tears pouring endlessly. Memories of deception, pain, and the revealed truth all exploded within him. He screamed in a broken voice, "Stop! Don't touch him!
Please,